This video is brought to you by Letsynthisize Academy, the #1 place for practice-oriented courses for serious music producers.
Yo, the Larsen here, welcome to the Neurosynthesize Academy episode. Today we're making percussive neuro beats so tight that even Phace's snare might file a restraining order. Check my Patreon for the full project file, because who needs to sleep when you can reverse engineer my secret? And also, if you want to level up faster than an overcooked CPU, check my academy, but right now let's jump into it. Alright, cool, so let's take a look on the drums, because you know, without drums it's like a rave with no electricity, just a bunch of people accordingly bobbing in silence. So the main drums sound like this. Pretty straightforward, but hold on, there is a secret sauce. I've got two whooshes, one weird alien sneeze, and another noise whoosh. When they join forces, they create a beautiful background element that hugs the groove like a clean GX. To really lock in the vibe, I threw in two break loops. Not only do they sound disgustingly good, but they also create a solid foundation for the dog basses, which I will explain later. These breaks are crucial because they make the groove move like caffeinated squirrel. And of course there's some shuffle going on, basically just 16 hi-hats, but let's pretend it's advanced music theory. Now the main attraction, the percussion basses. The bad boys sound like this. There are multiple layers, but the main one is from Operator, and I actually made it for the Mefjus disrupted video that you can check here. The main idea is simple. Operator A is just a lonely sine wave, so innocent. But when Operator B comes in, slaps it with some fem, and suddenly we have chaos. Then Operator C adds a transient so sharp it could cut a hole in your jeans. And then Operator D says, "Hold my beer," and it turns into a percussive beast. But without LFO, it's just a plain sine wave. So the magic happens when the LFO modulates Operator A's pitch, creating a rumble so deep that it might summon Cthulhu. Without layers though, this bass sounds like a party without snack, so we need layers. Luckily, you can grab some insanely twisted percussive glitches from the Letsynthesize Neuro glitch library for free. Click here if you want to check it. So I used the 30-second one, transposed it down by 18 semitones, and threw some effects at it like a mad scientist. First the dimension expander, but not for space, but to add these glitchy and weird delay-like grains that your mom's pigeons would not resist to. Wave shaper inside saturator for distortion, multiband compression to tame the chaos, EQ to clean up the mess, and a frequency shifter because later it's gonna help. Now altogether they sound really percussive but also super deep, like a philosopher's dream about time and cookies. Right, sound cool, but hold on, we need noise. So I made this compressed sine stuff, which is basically a square wave and a noise smashed together like two sumo wrestlers in a phone booth. I filtered it so only the high end remains, and now it sounds like an angry robot farts after its protein shake. Be sure to drop the pitch 1 octave lower than your actual bass. Right, so now between the percussive hits we need some extra stuff. Let's not forget about my liquid fills library that is available on my Patreon, which sounds like a demon gargling jet fuel. I picked the 41st one and chopped it into percussive hits, but to keep it spicy, I swept some parts with the 45th one. They were so good I barely had to process them. Straight out of the box, they slap harder than reality on a Monday morning. Right, cool. So in the second half of the drop, I tweaked the frequency shifter a bit to get a different tone. Also, I adjusted the main bass's FM so it would groove better with the percussive layers. Then my favorite sound comes, the dog barking bass. It's from an ancient sample library of mine. It started as a massive bass, but I layered it with a time-stretched glitchy percussion sound. The real magic though is in the band reject or band reject live filter. It cuts a hole in the spectrum, and thanks to some monstrous compression, the time-stretched percussion fills the void like a musical black hole. Turn off the compression and suddenly the illusion breaks, like seeing your favorite movie without the CGI effects. Right, the whole beat just came together, but we need a ton of noises, ton of effects. So first, a pitch drop saw wave bass with a filter and distortion. It sounds like a really heavily distorted and glitched kick sound. I have this Reese bass that I made in this video that sounds like this. And this neuro bass that sounds like an angry fax machine. And some riser effects, because what is a drop without a dramatic tension? Then a vocal loop in the second half to spice things up. And finally the super long riser, because the only thing better than riser is a riser that never ends. So altogether they form this really sick, aggressive, phase-like beat that makes you question your life choices in a good way. Right, so once again, check the link for my Patreon for this awesome project file and millions of others, and click here for my academy if you want to level up faster than an overclocked CPU. See you guys next time. Peace.